Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy July 4th. Oh, wrong one. There we go. I didn't switch this camera yet. Let's fix this one. Yay, that's better. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 4th of July stream. Ben's Brick Design, good morning. Happy 4th of July. Happy Sunday. Today we're going to be doing a, just going to jump right into it. I don't have a design, Star Wars design or a microfighter design or anything. We are going to be doing a design of the French Legation House, which is a historical monument or location here in Austin, Texas. It's gone through several restorations. It was one of the original kind of large houses. There's a lot of history to it, and we went through a tour of it, and I can only remember a little bit of it now. So, but the one of the people who works there was at the, hey, Brett's Builds, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. One of the people who mans the visitor center and does some work with public relations kind of stuff, was at the Texas Capitol Visitor Center when we installed the Lego version of the Texas Capitol. So when they were looking for art to fill out some of the rooms inside, so there's like display areas inside you can see, they thought of maybe getting a Lego version of the house built. So they approached the Lug, and the Lug, Will, who is the ambassador, approached me and said, since you were the first one I thought of, you had first right of refusal basically. And I said, yeah, I've got time. I can do that. So the house is pretty simple. It's just kind of a square house, right? It's not that big of a deal. It's not going to be a huge thing. It's only going to be 2 48 plates wide. So I already started on it. So this is what I've got so far. I started last week. I basically wanted to see, how we could do the porch and if it would fit on a 48 plate, which it does. This is about the size of the display case that they have. So the display case is like 21 by 40 something. So this will, I might be able to stick a few plates on the outsides of this if I wanted to do more landscaping, that kind of stuff. But this is where we're at. So today I'm going to work on these walls, these side panels. I'm doing it this way, this kind of snot building, because if you can look at this, the images that we have, it's got kind of, oh, and they included this. Somebody up in Fort Worth did this design for it too. Kind of a smaller design, which I think is fine. I don't know what more they'd get out of it from us doing it than that, but so you can see the sides of the house. There's a couple old dudes playing some pétanque, which is like French bocce ball. Basically, they got big metal spheres that they throw, lawn bowling sport, and it just kind of sounds like pétanque when the balls hit, I guess. So this is what we're going to work on today, these sides. You can see the paneling on the side of the house, so that's why I picked these the tiles to do that, because I thought they would show up better than just bricks stacked. So we're going to take apart these walls and put some windows in them and figure that stuff out. Good afternoon, Walter and Mariana. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the birthday wish the other day too. That was very sweet. So let's see. There was an image I was working on. We're going to start here. The reason I'm doing the walls now on the sides is because I'm holding off on doing the roof, because as you can see, roofs are terrible to work on. I can never get the angle of the angle of the roof right. So this is what I have to go on, right? These images of how the roof looks, and it's really, really difficult to get to the right. And these are just different, like this is during this restoration and then that restoration and that restoration and that kind of stuff. So they're all virtually the same, but for the most part, you can see this is essentially a 45-degree angle, right? I would have to like pull it apart and put my protractor on it to see exactly, but whereas this is not. This is more of like a 30-degree angle or 35-degree angle. So trying to get these angles in the software is pretty impossible to get them exactly, especially because the roof color. Now this says it's brown, right? So I could probably do brown, but you can see it's mixed, right? The shingling on the roof. Let's see if there's a better image. That one's pretty good, right? You can kind of see from there. It's brown, but it's not quite brown. So I thought dark tan would be a good mix. But I may just go with brown and just have them tell me otherwise. The reason that I wanted it to be a different color is because this is a 45-degree angle, but it doesn't come, or it comes in that color, but it's really expensive, right? $2 per one of those. But I'm guessing that if it were in dark brown, 70 cents isn't much better. Brown, 80 cents, right? So I went, back and forth with some different ideas. This one is my favorite looking. It's just some slopes, and you can see how it's built on the inside. It's just layers of plates with the slopes cascading down. It gives it the look of shingles from the front, which I think is a great look, right? And this almost works, right? From the front, it looks right. From the side, it looks not exactly right. Like this isn't 45 degrees, right? So I can't get the angles to meet when I do it this way. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to be doing that. I'm trying to take some lessons from like the recent blacksmith, medieval blacksmith, where, let's see if I can show you. So the blacksmith house has, so we can do the build camera here. I had to change all this up. Nope, yeah, that's right. Because I left a webcam at home. So this needs to be down a little bit. Because I swapped these cameras out. All right, so the whole reason to do that is so you can see the roof is actually not attached. It slides in there, right? And it's got these bits that nestle in here in these little areas, right? So they just kind of set in there, which means you can build it kind of whatever angle you want and just lean it. You can also leave holes in it for these, I don't know what the architectural term is for it when you've got a roof, but then you've got like windows that kind of jut out from the roof, which this building has a couple. It's got one here, and on the other side it's got two. So if you could build a roof like this, and just, it comes straight up from like the attic floor, and then this just kind of slides over it, that's ideal, right? I think that would be ideal for this situation. The problem I'm running into, not only is, I can't get this back in there. The problem I'm running into is that, there we go. Go back to the design. The problem I'm running into is, this would be great if the roof was just flat like this, right? Just straight up and down, but it's not. So I've got to figure out how to make the side panels. Anyway, Lego math is hard. Roofs are tricky. I'm probably still going to work on those later. So I'm going to avoid doing that altogether today by working on these sides. Now, the other thing I could do is once I've got the sides figured out, I can build up the kind of the attic floor so I can have something for the roof to stand on. I just had these in here to kind of place. So I don't necessarily need all these in here, but I thought it might look, or it might feel a little better if I had a floor to work on, but these aren't really needed. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of those because that just adds more cost. And I don't plan on doing the internals of this building. It's just not big enough to do the insides, and it's gonna be in a case. It's gonna be in a display case. So it doesn't matter if I've got stuff built inside it because the windows are gonna be so small, you're not gonna really be able to see the furniture. Or I mean, we went on a full hour-long tour of the place and like saw some of the original wallpapering or the original, you know, the steps along the way for the restoration. They kept these little kind of time capsule shadow boxes with glass over it that were like, here's what the original wallpaper looked like, here's what the restoration plaster looked like, here's what the restored canvas, stretched canvas walls looked like. So it was all very interesting, but at the end of the day, I'm like, I just need to see the outside of the place and figure out what color green to make those shutters. So that's what we're going to work on today. So let's get a good side image. And I think the best side image I had was here. So it also has these gutters and, you know, wiring and stuff. I'm going to try to get to include those, but it's not, I don't think, mandatory. It's got a ramp, OSHA approved ramp going up the side here, so we got to keep that in mind when we're doing it. Try to get the brick. You see the brick is kind of, why does it just not go back? Brick is like this multicolored thing, so I'm going to try to include that. And then you can see this is just kind of stonework under here for the basement and the lower level. So we just did some profile masonry bricks there. All right, so the first thing to do is we're going to try to match this window as closely as possible. So I think there are going to be, and this needs to be changed. Can't see anything that way. There's going to be options where we could do like, I mean, it's eight panes. So you could do 8 panes like this, but that becomes huge, right? That's bigger than the wall itself, although not by much. So then the trick is to find maybe these, but these don't look like panes anymore, and they're still just as tall, right? So then there's doors like this that would work well because it's a better height, but they don't have a cross, you know, they don't have that 8 paned. Ooh, those are cool. I hadn't seen these before. Those are slick. Nice. So there's going to be different ways to do this, and then you're just getting into the glass. So here's a window pane. So we could do, the problem is there's no glass on these. There's no way to put glass on these, but you could get 2 of these together, and it would probably be a very good size. I would need the frame for that because you can see, oh, this is all over the place. You can see they've got those little knobs on the side of them. So these sit in something. But that's a good size and shape right there. If I can get something that matches that. You can see that's a pretty good size fit. So we can figure out how to do that, which means I might have to rebuild the walls with brick, but I don't know. So we need a frame. And I don't know which these go in, so I'll have to look. Not those. I think it's just these. Nope, not those. Let's see. It says find compatible bricks. Oh. And then, of course, they are... So that is how we would get those windows, which doesn't look great. All right. So do I have a budget for this? No. The thing about doing commission work with Lego is they want to know what your budget is. They want to know how much it's going to cost. And they just, a lot of people just think that you know off the top of your head how much something's going to cost. Now, if all I did was Lego commissions and I knew that something modular size would be about $200-300, or if I knew something table size would be $600 to $900 or something like that, that's one thing. But I've only done a handful of commissions, so my response is always, I have to design it first and see how much it is. I will do everything I can to make sure it's cheap, like the cheapest colors, the cheapest bricks, but in the end, I won't know until it's built, or until it's designed. And they get a little antsy because the design part takes a while. So there's no way to tell them. It's like, you know, it might be a couple $100. We'll do our best to, you know, buy them through secondary markets that are inexpensive. And if we've got parts already set aside, like there's some parts I could use. I don't mind giving up a couple of these plates for it because I've got a ton of them and I don't use them for anything. So it's like, well, I won't need to buy these plates because they're expensive. And I think, honestly, I could probably just stick this whole thing on one, but we'll see. Or maybe just to build the whole thing on regular plates. It doesn't need to be on a base plate. So, yeah. I don't think we have a budget. He's still kind of trying to figure out what... because it isn't his decision to make. He's got to go through his directors and stuff and come up with something. This is a pain for a window. But again, it's these big fat... So this wouldn't be too bad. They come in white, first of all. That wouldn't be too bad. Front runner right there. So then the idea is now we need to make shutters for it. So I think what I'm going to start doing is pull this wall down. So we can do that without selecting anything else, which doesn't look like I can. Oh, that's for the most part. That's good. A member of our lug was working on some software that he wanted to try to get going that was basically I don't need this plate anymore. That was just to hold that roof section up. He wanted to be able to do like commission stuff like that where you could take a photo you get 3 photos or photos of the place all around, stick it into an algorithm that says how high is it, how tall is it, what colors are being used. Here's an approximation based off available Lego parts, and then just kind of use that as the estimate, right? It's like this doesn't account for anything inside of it, any structural stuff that has to help hold it up. There's some details that may need to be replaced, but your baseline estimate is whatever, right? So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. All right, so you can see how I've got my panels set up back here, but this was just a holding place. And I do apologize for my dogs playing in the background. I'd like to keep the tile look if possible for the slats, but that can be replaced. So, how far in? So we've got 2 windows on the front half and 1 window on the second half, and it's not quite centered. These 2 look centered, but this doesn't. So, are there 4 sections here? There are. So I can put 1 window here, 1 window here, and 1 window kind of off-centered here. So let's just move this into place, and we'll worry about collisions later. So it'll need to be a little more flush than that, obviously. But I think that's a good start. And then this is going to be a little more centered on that one. And that one will be a little more centered as well. So that's what we're looking at. Now, I gotta make sure that with the shutters open, they don't interfere with each other. So I'm gonna make sure these are far enough apart. I should group these. All right. Now, the shutters are interesting because they're kind of slatted up like this. Now, if I was making it larger than this, I would probably do something like this and then have them angled and then have them stacked on top of each other. See if I can demonstrate, because let's do plate, get rid of that. So I just started watching The Tomorrow War on Amazon. Has anyone watched that yet? It's pretty good so far. I don't think this is going to work like I wanted it to. No, that's not exactly how I was thinking. These things should like sit on each other, but you need to have them compressed somehow. So you need to build a frame. It's weird, the collision doesn't show when they're exactly inside each other. That's weird. So if you stack them like this, and then you kind of tilt it like that. So that gives you the idea of like if you just go all the way up with it, that would look really nice. I don't know what color these come in. Do they come in green? They do. So then the problem is you just got to build a frame around this that holds them in place, and that would be a cool look. But I don't think that we've got enough room over here, so I'm hoping. I don't have caps lock on. No, yet. I heard about it though. It's pretty good so far. What's the difference between these? It's just a Chris Pratt action movie, but it's based. I think it's based off a novel. I want B because that's the newer one, and I'm hoping it comes in green. So I can't really tell. This is like a weird green that's it's somewhere between just regular green and dark green, but I don't think Lego has that color. So we're just gonna go with green and kind of call it a day. And this is how many tall? So let's just do 6. It feels very Independence Day or very, it's just another, hey, it's an alien invasion and we don't know what they are, and they're kind of animalistic, and see, this needs to be what, 7? I think 8 is too tall. It's more about humanity surviving than the whole reason why the aliens are there in the first place, but it's pretty cool. The alien design is really cool. Like I'm a little. That's a little too big. Yeah, that's too big. Let's get rid of that. Put this back in there. I might be able to get one more level on that, so the windows don't look as big, but okay, so what I might do is a 2 and a or a 3 and a 4, get us a 7. All right, so we'll just go with that for now. I don't have any other green in here. Keep going past it. Oh, I do have a lot of green in here. Never mind. I do not have that. I hate selecting these grills because I'm always selecting whatever's behind it. So this may be a design failing of mine, but I always try to get the look of the thing right and then worry about how it's put together, which causes me endless strife because sometimes it just won't work. Like these panels, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this, but I'll see, and I've already messed it up. Sorry for those of you watching with children. Sometimes So for those Americans who in the chat, what are your all plans for today? Grilling, hanging out with family, staying inside, Benadrilling your dogs. Yeah, this is kind of right because I don't exactly know how. All right, so I have to figure this out now. Why? Okay. So, how does that look? Looks good. We can keep one of these closed. May not even need the window there, but I don't really celebrate the 4th, so not much. All right. I'm barbecuing a chicken and relaxing. Had a super busy week at work. Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think we've had a whole lot of... I think we've celebrated a bit because we had kids, and taking kids to fireworks is fun. So, all right, now the trick is to have some of this snot built so I can get these panels in there. And the rest of this needs to be, well, that's not built too. And then have these framed window frames in there. How much are these window frames, by the way? Oh, 20 cents. Okay. Yeah, they're not going to be, I'm not going to be able to get any glass in there, I don't think. So, but we'll see. There's also, no, I don't think I want to do that. All right, so this is pretty much flush with the wall if you look at it. You can see it's pretty flush with this. I think it's inset just a little bit, but we can get away with flipping these around so that the frames are more on the inside. But the point being, I could build right on top of this wall. So I may not need these panels. We'll see. I wish the masonry bricks come in white, but they don't. So yeah, so there's that. All right, so let's just assume that we're building on top of this for now. Get rid of that. Let's do plates, 1x8, because those are pretty cheap in that color. I think 1x6 might be cheaper, but and then 1x2. All right, so let's just get some. This is 8, 16, 32. Are there any 18 1x18 bricks? 1x16 in white? I do believe so. 60 cents. Let's go with 40 cents. Really? 1x8 white brick is 40 cents? And 1x6 doesn't exist in white. Oh, without bottom. Or that bottom tube. 20 cents. Jeez. So that's almost just as expensive to do this. Yeah, I mean, might as well. Okay. It's weird. And I don't like that it leaves one dot there, but that was me doing stupid stuff. So let's do, and then a 1x1 brick. Barbecue chicken and relaxing. Okay. I think I need to do that twice. And on this side, I might switch this out. Okay. All right, so let's take this. Put them over here. It's nice that they just fit like that. That was nice of them to just fit. Get all these guys. Hopefully they will just fit too. Bang. All right. Yeah, I mean, I like the slats, but I don't know. This may just be the cheaper option, just to kind of do it like this. I probably still could do it, but it would be extraordinarily complicated because I'd need... All right, let's just try this. So let's just take this one section and work on it and see what happens. All right, so let's assume this window is on top of that. I will be right back. Somebody's chewing on something and I want to find out what it is. If you will excuse me. I'm going to wait for the music to start so there's music. Be right back. Somebody, not gonna say who, likes pooping right by the back door after I take her outside. I'm kind of over it. I told Beth, I'm like, I can't. You go outside and I just sit there for 10 minutes, and I did it right before the stream too. So I'm like, all right, I've got like 10 minutes, so let's do this. And they just sit there on the porch and look at you. I'm like, okay, well, you're not going to... And I try to coax them out into the grass. Let's go. Let's go. Get them out on the grass. And they just sit there and they look at you. And then they chew on a rock. And then they chew on a stick. And I bring them inside. And 10 minutes later, she's like pooped by the back door. I'm like, I can't spend 20 minutes every hour. That's like half my day. Figuring your crap out. So if I wanted to do something like this... I'd have to do, and this is just playing around because I've got nothing better to do, so we're just gonna do this. So you can get these guys, yes. Let's put this over on this plate so we know what we're doing. Nah, it's not. Have 2 of these. Probably don't need this many. You probably just need a couple because the slats are long. But what you would have to do is then let's see, plate. Yes, the joys of having animals. So move this, put that there. And put this in front of it. And then a 2x8 plate. Another 2x8 plate. And then another. And then there you go. And then you just repeat that wherever you need that. And this has the added benefits of you can set this in a little farther into the wall, but that would leave this, right? And I think if we turned these around, they would look better. Yeah, because the windows are in there. So then you could also do these guys. And then put up your shutters. So hard when it's not the origin. Oh, well, that's a problem. Forgot about that. We need to do a tile or get rid of that. 2x2 tile mod. Try not to copy and paste because I got something in the clipboard. Plates. Move these 2 guys back. Paste. Paste. So there. That's your window. Oh, it's not. Why did that not? There. I was gonna say that was weird. Okay. That could even be. I'm gonna rotate this so I can get a better look at it because this isn't a bad bit of design stuff. Greg Dillian, how's it going? Anyone grab brickling sets from the first? I did not. They didn't really interest me too much. Oh. Yeah, this needs to be. And I know that the program is about the same as ideas in that the people that submit also are remunerated and they get credit and they get all that kind of stuff. It just seemed kind of not shady, just I don't know. I think this would be better. Yeah. Because then I could do Kind of the same thing up here, although those studs would get in the way for sure. But you could do a really long tile. Cap it off. There is a break in that tile though, that's sad. Are you gonna get the pickup truck from Creator Expert? I think so. I'd like to. I think it would go well with the other cars that I've got. I would need to make more room for them because my car situation is, I got one shelf and it's full. But I really like that pickup for some reason. So the cool thing about this is we could have the shutters replace the windows. The shutters would be closed and we wouldn't have to use the windows at all. Just move them into space. So if we repeated this, we could just get rid of the windows. Because there is one of them that's closed. And then we do... Get rid of... I don't know how that's being held up. I have to figure that out. I just realized that. That's not being held up by anything. I could do this. And suddenly it's held up. Okay. Yeah, these could go in here now. And you could... whoops. Yeah, you'd need the whole... That's not going to work. That would have to go away because you'd need those tiles. In here like this. The rest of the house is getting in the way. And that's your closed window. And then you could just have I just want one. This is also being entirely too complicated. I think I should just brick build it, but I kind of like playing with it to see. Yeah, that's right. And then these are white. And then you can get some 2x2 tiles. And there you go. So the problem is now this looks like it juts out a little bit, which I'm not a huge fan of. If we got rid of that and moved this in, then the windowsill would come out a little bit, but it would line up. Yeah. So there's two right next to each other. Doesn't look too bad. So it would look like this section here, with one closed and one opened. It's not too shabby, not exact, but oh, I took those out, didn't I? Yeah. That is not bad, actually. Time to go to IKEA for more shelving. Well, the shelves that I have, I've just got the top row of it covered in cars. The bottom inside, it doesn't have anything in it yet. So I could use the inside of that for more if I wanted to. So that'll be cool if they do any more cars. And I still would like, I mean, at maybe some point get the Ecto 1, but that's not a huge deal. So I wonder if I changed all that to green, and this doesn't need to be these 3 pieces. It can be kind of a singular, you know, cross this way kind of thing. Because this is a lot of pieces right there. That's 85 pieces for one sectional wall. But it looks good. What does the frame look like when it's closed? So there's still a frame around it is the problem. But I don't know. Also, this tile wouldn't be able to go anywhere. Let's see. So this is a window frame. What else can go in there? Oh my goodness. What color are those shutters? Oh. Well, that solves that. That's just, that's kind of too good. 13 cents too. Well, I mean, ow. Okay, you know when I said find compatible bricks and you give me that, that's not compatible. Like at all. It's too big. I think they just assume it's going to be open. Yeah, it's compatible. It runs into each other. How about this one? Is this one any bigger? Nope. Oh, Bricklink, I have problems with you. That's not compatible at all. Cool. This one might be. Okay, now we're talking. How much is that? $5. See, but this would be perfect. Because then I could put the window panes in here. Why is this all so low? Go away. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's all solved. $6. And then I don't need to build out all this extra stuff. I can just have these open or closed. I mean, kind of mad that it took me this long to stumble on it. Yeah, that works. That replaces this whole thing. Oh, and look how flush that is up top. Wow. All right, so this can all just go away. I'm actually a little stunned that there's shutters in that color. think the one downside might be that the shutters get in each other's way. Nope. It's almost like they were built for this. That is wonderful. Holy garbanzo beans. That means I don't need these. If I wanted to, I could build tiles up underneath it. Or I could just do bricks. Oh, so you're going to go see Black Widow next weekend? I will not be in town next weekend. We're going to Kentucky to see Beth's parents. And I don't think either of us are comfortable sitting in a movie theater just yet. If they release it on Disney Plus or HBO at the same time, that would be great. But I don't think they're going to. I think this is a theater-only thing, which is kind of a downer. Because I really want to see it, but I don't know that I want to sit in a theater just yet. All right, well, that all works. Stupidly. And these are 13 cents. I mean, I don't care that they're not exactly matching, lining up. Like, this is one piece, but I'm okay with it being two pieces. If they want to... oh, it is $30 on Disney Plus. Guess what I'm doing? So, yeah, we'll probably do that. Watch it with her parents or something. So here's the thing. If I wanted to keep... And I'm not convinced that tiles look better next to each other than just bricks. Because if you put two bricks next to each other... or on top of each other, my only concern is that it doesn't look like slats. Right? It doesn't look like the sides of a building. Whereas this does. It's got a little, you know, and I could even do these guys. Do they come in white? Oh, 20 cents versus, how much are these? 14 cents. So, like, in the Capitol, I did a lot of this. And then just put bricks in between them. And because there's a little space in there, it might look a little better. So then if we did a brick that was 1x6 in between here, it would look like that. Which might be a little more like this, possibly. I think this is the way the old fishing store did it, where they put it on the kind of slightly separated panels. So that means I don't need any of this. And I don't need this. And I can just do this. And as long as those shutters stay open, I don't have to do anything behind it. I can just put bricks behind it. And I could even do like that. And then this. And then this. And there's your wall. And I don't have to do that tile thing up top. I can do one section of this guy. See if I can get a good angle on this. yeah, there's your wall. And then in between, I can do a bunch of different rows of that. I think that'll work great. Thanks, everybody, for being here while I worked through that. This can also then serve as a load-bearing wall, so I don't have to do like something fancy with the tiles right here, like that, and then build something on the inside. I can just use the walls to be the... This is so much better. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I'm excited now. I can go ahead and get rid of all this. Get rid of those guys. Get rid of these guys. All right. I'm going to save because we're at a good part where we can save. And it kind of matches where I want the roof to end up. So that's good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then, yeah, if I decide I want to close these, so that's the difference. If I decide I want to close these, one of these will have to be a bunch of slats all the way down, which might get expensive, but in fact, let's go ahead and do that. Since this picture's got this one closed, let's do that here. So we got a modified brick. So the trick is too, when I come back and talk to them about this and say, okay, I've got it done, and they say, oh, that's too expensive, I can come back and say, okay, well, I can cut a few corners, but it won't look as detailed. And I'll just let them deal with it. So, a little bit of mathness here. This obviously doesn't work because these things need to be a little more out, right? And I should probably have... You could make the argument that this is a 2 brick deep solution where the shutters are always going to be in front of these tiles. So you would have to push these tiles back. You know, the snot bricks back one whole brick and then put 2 plates and then or 1 plate and then a tile so that the shutters can open and close. But, all right, Brad, thanks for being here, man. Have a happy 4th. Enjoy your barbecue chicken. But I think this works for what we want it to do. So now, let's figure out where to place this other window, which is slightly more centered on this other side. Oh, and I can get rid of this whole side over here too. See how much of it I can grab. I want to get rid of the roof. I don't think I need these guys anymore either. Because this is all going to be little... Oops, nope. Don't want to delete that guy. This is all going to be load-bearing stuff in here. And these tiles can go, and they can be replaced by these guys. Good, good, good. Okay. And I don't remember if the other side was the same, like which ones were open and which ones were closed. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know why that one's closed, but that saves us from having to do this tile thing again. So if I just get this whole section, I can repeat that. And I can repeat it slightly off. Missing a brick there. Slightly off of the stud. So it doesn't have to be completely centered, but it can be. Because I think that looks kind of centered. And then I can use it over here. Oh, these are doors. I'd have to do something different. It was just extended all the way down. And then the front of this, I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's the back. That's the front. And you can see we can repeat the windows thing here. But then there are doors here, which we can repeat the doors on two sides. So it's not going to be that big a deal. I think it'll be fine. I'm excited about all this. So we got to make sure this is an even number here, so we can fill that evenly. Where was my good angle? There it is. I'm also gonna try to do the rain gutters. I do have a rain gutter over here already. That's kind of a cheat. I don't know what else to do with it just yet, but there's your rain gutter. I'm using these rails as gutters. So that might change a little bit because I think they're pushing out a little too far there, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I can now do this on this side. Like so, and then same over here, do 6 away, and then I can even if I wanted to. How high up does that come? Just one more plate. So let's do another. Move this guy in here, move this guy in here. And then this is 2, 4, 8, 14, 18, 21. That's a little weird. 2 10s maybe? Plate 1 by 10. 20 cents. How about gray? 24 cents. How about 2 by or 1 by 8 instead? $0.24? Really? That can't be right. 19 cents? Red. Oh, let's just go back to white, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't need these anymore. Grab that. Don't need that. Nope, I do need that one. I think that's going to conflict. Oh, maybe it won't. Interesting. Has to be centered in between those two. And it's not, so... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So this may have to move down 1. How am I going to grab those? Oh, I missed something. Alright, now this guy can move down. Oh, they're going to be able to get that whole thing. Fun times. How's everybody doing? Is that gonna run into anything up there? No, we'll figure that out later. Hanging in there. Thanks for having me this lovely Sunday morning. You guys are the whole reason I'm here. Well, not the whole reason. There's Lego involved and stuff, so. But you understand. Alright, that is centered. That's as centered as it can be. And then there's going to be a door there, and then we'll have another, nope, another one of these window units on the other side. Did I only grab that one? Hard to tell. And I decided that goes over there like that. And these all go down one. Is that what it was? Okay, coming together. Remember to save. Frankie Wright. Hey, how's it going? Frankie Wright is a lug member as well. Thanks for being here. Just doing the French Legation house. I've been in the pool, now resting at home watching you. Man, I wish I could get into a pool. I think after this, we've got, we're celebrating our 4th of July like we do every year over at a friend's house doing something called Power Hour, which is this buddy of mine curates funny minute-long videos into 1 hour, and every time the video ends, you take a shot of beer. So by the end of the hour, you've drank 7 1/4 beers or something like that in an hour. And the idea is just you start at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever dusk is, because we do it outside, and just drink a lot of beer real fast. And it's been going on for, this will be like the 11th year or something. We tried last year and tried a COVID version where everybody kind of did it remotely, and it was fun, but it wasn't like, we weren't able to see all our friends, sit in the backyard kind of stuff. He's got a big projector. We all camp out, get big seats, kind of settle in and just start drinking shots of beer. So you get a really light beer. The last couple of years, the problem I've run into is I don't get drunk as easily anymore, but I do get full. So you get about 45 minutes in, you're like, I don't think I can drink anymore. I'm just so full right now. So you have to get something a little light. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be a good time. So I'm going to do another one right here. And I think on the back, these are doors. Are these all official doors on the back? Yeah, so I need to do a different version on the back. So we'll work on that. All right, so we'll keep this one out here. Hey, Frankie, are you good with buildings? Are you good with roofs of buildings? Because so this was something that came into the lug, and since I did the Capitol, the guy who worked at the Capitol Visitor Center at the time now works at the French Legation House, and they wanted to do some art. And so he was like, oh, you know what? I know the people who did we should have a Lego version of the house put in. And so he contacted us. And so that's why we're doing this. But I cannot, roofs escape me. Like the math of the roofs, I'm just terrible with it. Walter asks, how was your birthday? Good presents? Yes, I got to go, my ex and her wife took me and Beth to, a soccer game. Austin got a Major League Soccer team called the Austin Football Club, AFC. And, they started playing, this is their first season. They got a big new stadium. Not downtown, but like in an area kind of south of here. And it's really weird because there's barely any parking, so everybody kind of has to park in the streets around it. So the idea was they were trying to make like an urban center where there's not just a big parking garage, it's just people kind of park in different lots, and you pay to park in that lot, and then you just walk like a half a mile. Which is kind of a pain in the butt, but I get it. So that was really fun. So I bought myself a jersey and a scarf. The day of my birthday, I had my kids over, and we had Freebirds. We had burritos. And my daughter got me a ton of funky dress socks, so that was cool. She does that every year. I did buy myself Lego. The Cantina was a birthday present from Beth and myself. So it was good. I had a good time. We have a lot of... not really, sorry. That's okay. I don't think anybody is, really. This is my best attempts at it so far. Maybe try to hang some stuff a la the medieval blacksmith. Just build a panel of it and just kind of set it on there. I may end up going there. But it's also getting it's not just, it's a pyramid, doing a pyramid out of Lego, basically. And I don't know, other than using the bricks, which that's what this one is. This is just straight slopes. This is also straight expensive. Let me bust this open. So you can see that I think Yeah, the roof alone's $40. I think you could probably get it cheaper. But these bricks in dark tan, not terribly expensive each, but it's also not the right shape. This I could get a better shape, and I like this look better, and I think this is cheaper. Yeah, $30. These slopes look a little better as shingles, like up close, right from the side here. They kind of look shingly-y. So I like that look, but I just can't get the math right on attaching them. Now the roof does have these like spines that go down it, right? These kind of overlapping larger shingles or multiple shingles. So whatever I use, I can hide creases maybe with something else, but that also involves building something else to make that. So I'm just, you know, and I've tried just doing the math on it to see which angles might be right, and it's just a pain in the butt. Tried to maybe think about doing like some hinges with some plates, but then you have to fill in this area and then fill in this area, and I just... Anyway, that's why I'm doing the walls first, because at least they're kind of load-bearing, and I can... yeah. So this, I might have to move these two down because I want to keep the number of... I want to keep this as 6, because then it's easier to fill with a 6 tile. So move that down. And technically that's 2, and I can start another wall over here. So I'm trying to keep things even, because this is already an odd split on the roof. So that's going to be chaotic. Okay, I'll save that for the doors. So then for this, I think it'd be cheaper to do just one of those. Oh, I'm gonna have to space that really weirdly. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I should be putting the tiles or the roof in another file so they don't get in the way here. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay, good. I was like, I thought the math would have worked. All right, so I can do this. Can I do another one? No. Brick. I think there's smaller ones. And then just these. Or wait, can I do 2 of these? Alright, cool. Brilliant. Look at that. Look at that hot mess of a wall. Love it. So now, gotta copy all this. Except for that. Nope. So what brings you by, Frankie? How's things? You're in Dallas, right? Or are you an Austin lugger as well? We've got a couple of people I know coming in from Dallas, so I kind of have to ask, because I am bad with remembering that kind of stuff. And then I think I can do this all the way up. You're in Austin. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Well, I hope one day we get to meet in person. I've been really bad about getting to the meetings, the online meetings lately, because it just seems like every time we've got one, I'm like, well, it's Father's Day. Or, you know, I've got some other event going on. Save. Oh, I don't know why collision's not on. Oops. Hopefully that didn't cause any problems. Yeah, why was collision turned off? Oh, what just happened? Alright, well, I don't know what's colliding here, but I bet it's these effing bricks right here. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Move. Okay. Oh no. Are these colliding on this side too? What happened? Well, this is my base for all this good stuff. Why is this all colliding? Oh. That's why. Okay. Because these were going to be closed. Well, how come these are not? What the? Wow. Just minimized everything. So, in order to move like this, in Studio, you hold the right mouse button and you can just kind of move it. In order to just move laterally or up and down while keeping the view the same, you right click, but also hold the shift key. And every once in a while, it doesn't register that I hold the shift key first, so I just like go like this and the whole thing spins. I'm like, I don't even know what happened. Oh no. Why did I do that? Why did it let me do that? Well, I'm kind of mad that collision hasn't been on this whole time and it's jacked up all of my... I don't know how they got turned off. I wonder if that's a bug. Or it just shuts down. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Really hoping that hasn't messed anything else up. I don't like the fact that I can't close these windows now. Well, hang on a minute. Oh, that's why. Okay. Got it. All right. Well, that makes sense. I'm okay with that. Just put that in there. Be done with it. Oh, my dogs. I can hear them out there destroying stuff. So it's 11:30. I think this is a good stopping point. I kind of got the walls where I want them. I have to figure out the hinge pieces right here are interfering with... So if I took out that tile right? This would be, or I took out all these tiles. And just deleted them. How's that? This resolves because these window panes are in the way. So I may have to like do like one tile. Come on. And then a rounded tile like that. But I don't think that will look as good. Yeah, that looks weird. I think having one tile in there is okay. Or will that interfere too? Nope. The fact that that is still okay is, I just don't think they programmed that to collide with anything. So, yeah, I'll figure something out. This may be a good excuse to like just put ones in here and then make a frame around this. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, have a happy 4th, everybody. If you enjoyed your time here watching this, like the video, share it with your friends, tell everybody about the channel. I try to do designing every Thursday at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 10 a.m. And I usually go an hour and a half, maybe a little longer sometimes. But yeah, and then we'll build every once in a while. I just don't have anything to build right now. I don't have a backlog, so... but everybody be safe. Have a happy 4th. Oh yeah, there's that collision. I knew that was going to be there. We'll worry about that later. You guys have a good rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.